See, no shame, huh?
Hello, YouTube, and everybody's watching. So here's the post show for Princess Mononoke, and I'm just gonna say, holy shit, those guys know how to do some interesting storytelling. I'm still kind of reeling from that. One thing we were talking about before, you said that they sent the katana with no cuts. On the one hand, I understand completely why the Americans wanted to make cuts.
Yeah, it's a long movie.
It's a long movie, and it's really complex. This is so not traditional storytelling from a Western mindset.
Not at all. It's a Japanese fairy tale.
But holy shit, I appreciate that. I was just, what the hell? It was weird and beautiful and complex. There's no villains.
You bet.
There's no villains.
Yes, there is.
Technically, Lord Asano is a villain.
Okay. All right. So
Jigo.
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry, you're right. There's no overt. Even
There's
Jigo.
no obvious villain.
Jigo's a bad guy. There's no question about that. He's kind of a son of a bitch.
There's love and light.
Asano is the only non-sympathetic.
No, you don't even know him.
So what you're saying is no one is evil. They're just misunderstood.
Well, selfish, in my opinion, is evil. And Jigo definitely qualifies in that particular regard. But at the end, but he's likable. He's like one of the most affable and likable characters in the story, and yet he's kind of a son of a bitch. So I'll give you that, Carinn. Jigo is a villain. And Asano, but you're totally right. But we never meet him. We never even interact with him.
Let's just kill everybody so
What are you,
I can get payday.
Okay, fair. But the ones you're kind of looking at as you're trying to figure out, okay, are you the villain? Are you the villain? Are you?
The villain wasn't the focus of the challenge. They were motivations coming in from the side.
And to be fair, I believe that Jigo's plan was that they would kill him, and then they would take the head, and then the sun would rise, and then the body would just go away. Like he was not intending to like wipe out everybody.
No.
He didn't care about anything but the payday.
Well, that's not true, because he actually he did at the end stop and say, okay, fine, you get the head back.
Well,
Like
he literally also said, yeah, we kind of don't have any choices left.
So the central conflict is between the people of Irontown and the forest, and this horrible death caused by that conflict. And yet, how did they make her? Ibishi, I think her name was? Eboshi was such a sympathetic entity who obviously...
She took in and supported lepers. She took in and supported brothel workers.
And was trying to enhance the lives of those around
Remember
her.
what her motivation was for hunting down Forest Spirit? To heal her lepers.
Yep.
Well,
that's what she wanted.
She was...
That was something she saw coming out of it, but the real reason she did it is because she'd given her word that she would.
Well, and she was also interested
Fair to say she's complex and layered.
Yeah, she wanted to make Irontown powerful. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So you were looking for a typical villain in this movie, but there wasn't a typical villain. The enemy in this movie was ignorance.
Good point. Very good point. Not understanding what you're dealing with.
Also, I would argue the Emperor himself.
Oh yeah, the Emperor's a selfish piece of crap. But again, that's the funny thing is, none of the true villains, except for arguably Jigo, were ever on screen. That was one of the most interesting things about it.
The villains appear to be more of the morals. Greed, hate, despair, fear, any of the negative emotions.
Very good point, daughter mine.
Hate they bring up quite often in this movie as a thing that must be...
And by showing that through the demon marks, it's a very clever idea. It's very creative, and you can play with it.
This movie definitely messed with my head. No question about it.
In a really adorable way.
Chris, you love playing druids. You love connecting to nature, just about everything. I couldn't help it as I watched this movie. I kept looking at it. Actually, just kind of understanding where it was taking you.
I probably was going a lot of the same places you guys were. I definitely was empathizing really hard with the girl and also the guy trying to make everybody stop fighting and work together. Those were kind of the two main characters that I was pretty much connecting to constantly.
I found the animal gods kind of interesting because they were very primal. even with their intellect, you still had a sense of their primalness, that they still saw things very much from, this is me, this is my people, this is what I do.
Yeah.
Don, thoughts?
I'm supposed to think after all that?
Yes,
No.
yes you are.
I thoroughly enjoyed it, though I've spent 2 years in Japan, so I understand the mindset and accept it. So it's not nearly the shift, I think, as most people.
Yeah, I didn't get
So,
much of a shift either.
Ross, what do you want to throw into this? I kind of want to go in the room, but I didn't want to give you the.
All right. Well, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. This was supposed to be the film that Miyazaki was going to retire after he made this. Of course, that was 16 years ago, and he's still making movies, so that the retirement didn't stick. But this was supposed to be his swan song, and he put a ton of work into it. So there's something like 140,000 some odd cells he worked on, and this is also the last big film anime release ever made on plastic animation cells. So from a filmmaking perspective, it's kind of important as far as that goes. One thing I think is really interesting is they adapted this into a stage play. It would
How?
there was a stage play that went played in London and Japan for a number of years, and I mentioned this. I believe it was the same. I mentioned this during the film, but I should say to the audience at home, one of the things I love about it is Neil Gaiman wrote the Anglicization of the Anglicization? Am I pronouncing that correctly?
English modernization.
Of the script.
Neil Gaiman, for those who don't know, and I'd be surprised if you're watching this and you don't, is a famous comic book writer. And actually,
That
author
is-
too.
Author is what
Wow,
it is.
that is a simplification.
So it's a very important film. It's a very cool film. Didn't get shown on an awful lot of theater screens.
Yeah, why is that?
There was friction between Walt Disney and Ghibli over this film, over a number of things. Disney ended up investing a bunch of money into it, and then according to rumor, they had a screening in Minnesota that didn't go so well. But ultimately, what happened is this was part of a plan for Disney to roll out a bunch of theatrical releases of Ghibli films. And what they ended up doing is they only released on a very small handful of American screens, and then used the excuse that they didn't make much money to not invest as heavily into the planned Ghibli American film release stuff that they had already done.
I bet money this is during the Eisner period.
It was.
Because Eisner is, well, quite frankly, the bastard! Michael Eisner!
It was remember, it was made 97 and released here in America in 2000. So
Eisner was the dark period of Disney, no question.
right, so yeah, that is the thing, is that that's why I had to drive to Chicago to see it. And it was worth it.
So,
What dark is that?
don't even! Thematic, had nothing to do with pigmentation. What, daughter?
I'll admit, this film, for its time frame and where it came from, is very beautifully done, and the concept for the story and the art is very unique.
Oh, it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I'll tell you right now, I appreciate anime a great deal. It's one of those genres, that and Bollywood are the two film areas of specialization that I haven't seen anywhere near enough of and I have an interest in.
This can be corrected.
I know. And,
Easily.
and that's one of the thoughts I've got ahead is that one day on Evil Beagle Movie Club we will pick a big Bollywood show and watch that. But even if you're not a fan of anime, and there's a lot of people who aren't, for a lot of people for whom it just doesn't really click. And another one here's Akira. And yes, I will say Akira is powerful and important, but that gets so surreal near the end. If you're going to watch one that would make you think and make you feel, but you could connect to its themes, Princess Mononoke definitely qualifies, in my opinion, on that point. Because you can watch this, you can understand those themes, you can understand what's going on, you can appreciate the complexity of the characters, appreciate the complexity of the story. And I'll retract what I said, there are some pretty clear bad guys. But all of the main characters, even who are in conflict with each other, are so in a way that you can grok where everyone's coming from, and that was what was so challenging and interesting about that for me. So there we go. Thanks everyone for this. This was Eagle Beagle Movie Club, back after a little bit of a delay.
Because snow and conventions.
Snow and
and
convention, but yeah,
life.
we're back on it. As always, at some point tonight, I'll figure out what the next movie is and post it, and we'll see you next time.